STAKK Nation, welcome back to the channel.
Champions.
Absolutely incredible, ladies and gentlemen. Before we begin this video, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. Okay, if you like the stuff we're doing here, subscribe. Hit the like button, hit that notification bell, so that when we post some of these ramblings, you'll be able to be notified.
You know somebody that I recently unfollowed.
Who is that?
What's that Russian guy on YouTube that always talks about Tesla and PLTR?
I know the one.
Nash.
Nash. Yeah. Why did you unfollow him, man? That's the G. What happened?
Oh man, it's unfortunate.
What did he do?
Well, we were just talking about the conversation about smart people, intelligent people, and just following the commentary of the mass media.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those people following the commentary of, why XYZ must go and blow up XYZ. And I was like, really? Shouldn't you be pushing peace?
Well, here's the thing. There are certain things that you also have to look at from an objective standpoint, like just the reality based on the principles of operation. Okay? When you have people who operate within a certain framework, this means that when certain things happen to them, they have to respond in a way that aligns with that framework. Have you heard that saying, those who live by the sword die by the sword?
Well, talking about that, we're about to talk about the bankers, the richest people in the world.
All right, well, listen, man.
Living by fiat, but now awakening so that they don't get killed by fiat.
Hey, that is exactly what it is here. So today we're going to be talking about, says Arthur Hayes, right? He wants that it's time to bet big on Bitcoin.
Can you imagine coming out from Arthur Hayes?
Listen, man, I feel like, just based on that topic alone, I feel like my perspective on this, or how I'm going to approach this topic, is going to be a bit different from how you approach it. So go ahead here. Let's just at least give a bit of more details on the article before we proceed. Right?
Yeah.
So Arthur Hayes warns that it's time to bet big on Bitcoin amid financial crisis.
You know what's funny though?
What's that?
Unlike JP Morgan, they did not say Arthur Hayes, a multi-trillion-dollar guy.
That qualification of their
JP Morgan will be like, yes.
JP, or is it
JP Diamond, BlackRock's
the world's biggest asset manager with some trillions of dollars under management. We get it now. I bet you also went to Yale or Harvard or one of those. I bet you're friends with Obama and some other shady people like that.
They just kept it simple, Arthur Hayes.
You have to pre-qualify the thing. Well, listen. In a recent expose from former BitMEX CEO, emphasized the critical importance as of... Who wrote this? You know what? This is me. This is on me. Okay, let's start this over. In a recent expose, former BitMEX CEO emphasized the critical importance of as the global... Listen, it's them. It's them. I was like, am I reading this thing incorrectly? Hey.
It was written by ChatGPT.
There is a typo in your
in your post,
article.
In your article.
English police on the block. Anyway, importance of the global financial landscape faces mounting challenges. I cannot speak this morning. Hayes is renowned for his insightful perspective on digital currencies. Okay, pointed out that the real interest rates in the United States are in fact negative. He calculated this by subtracting the third quarter, the Q3. Jeez, man, just say Q3. The Q3 23, the 23 Q3 nominal GDP growth rate of 6.3% from the 1-year Treasury yield of 5.4%, arriving at a real rate of -1%. I have one question. Did he check in with Biden first to confirm that -1% is actually -1%?
Sure.
Because,
is the real GDP growth 6.3%?
We don't know. They recently changed the definition of a recession. So I think that affects a lot of other things as well.
Oh, jeez.
It's going to be a recession when they decide to announce that it's a recession. In the meantime, please hurry up and die in silence. Double up. What are your thoughts on it?
Well, I saw this article coming from investing.com and I was like, we have to talk about this and the relevance of Bitcoin. Because I've been going back and forth with this guy on Twitter that keeps talking about treasury yields and talk about how good it is to invest in the stock market.
Yes.
There was a conversation about if you invested $100 in some Nigerian stock in 2004, the fact that the stock is now 1,050 naira in 2023 was beneficiary to you. And I'm like, are you calculating the impact of inflation?
Minus inflation.
You know,
minus transaction fees,
minus the exchange rate,
especially
if you're in Africa, you are destroyed. And this right here makes a lot of sense. And why Bitcoin matters is that if you're allowing them to pitch to you to say, hey, put your money in treasury bonds when it's time for you to retire. 1 year treasury bond is 5.4. But that treasury bond that you're supposed to be surviving on in your retirement age is not keeping up with inflation. It's not keeping up with the valuation of the dollar itself.
Yes.
Then you're losing in your retirement age. Your money might not be able to survive you through the time that you poof and you're gone.
Well, I mean, this is not speculation. We already see it happening. This is a reality. Think about the pension funds, right? When that started, I told these people we're going to pay you X amount at the back end of your career. But then as time went on, people lived longer. You start to see that these people are not able to gather money or build or grow that pension fund fast enough. They're not able to make enough smart investment or profitable enough investments to ensure that this money is exactly where it should be when
the time comes to retire.
Exactly, when the time comes to retire. Okay. The complication with it, however, is that as everyone is contributing into these funds, 401k, pension fund, etc., the people they hire to manage their money are cruising around in private planes, rolling around in a yacht. They drive a car that you cannot afford with your entire lifetime salary.
Lambo!
But nobody questions these things.
No, they don't.
Right? This is the same reason why you're still not questioning it, even though you know the world is coming to an end. What do I mean by this? Hayes ends this article here by saying, as global economic uncertainties loom large. What is he referring to there, Double O?
Should they say larger?
The global uncertainties are really here.
I would say it's here.
It's here.
And it's not looming. It's literally 1 year after the other. It's one thing after the other. Yesterday is Ukraine. Tomorrow is Israel. What's next?
Yes. Housing prices.
It's getting bigger globally.
Jobs are gone. Okay. Printing a ton of money.
AI is taking over. You don't have your job. Literally.
People threatening the use of nuclear energy. It's insane. However,
your money keeps getting destroyed this whole time.
Yeah,
your pension fund your pension fund is gone. Most people don't even have pensions anymore. You have your 401k. You must well call it the 201k.
The 201k.
If you locked into your 401k on Friday, you would cry. Friday alone, the market went down some serious basis points.
Oh, really?
Yes, Friday was hell.
Oh, wow.
Banking is in serious trouble right now. A lot of banking stocks are doing horribly bad.
Wasn't it recently? Wasn't a bunch of banks closing out?
Oh, that was early in the year, February, all the way through spring.
Yeah,
you call it spring, bank springs, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. But listen, don't be alarmed. It's probably nothing.
No, it's not.
You know what I'm saying? It's cool. Just go and buy some stocks. I mean, maybe get some bonds, some bonds. I hear these ones are matching.
They're matching inflation.
Yeah, get some bonds. You know what I mean? Just kick back. The economy is gonna come back. Everything will be fine. Haven't you heard the saying? The market always comes back and it goes higher and higher. Listen.
The funniest part one is the insurance. You drive your car less.
Yeah.
You probably don't leave your house as much as often. And insurance has gone up like mad.
My insurance has gone up, and I'm driving my car significantly less than any other time in my life. It is a scam.
But you're required to have insurance.
But check this out even further. Part of this insurance thing as well, we pay taxes to the government so that the government can provide us some
Basic,
critical services.
yeah, basic necessities.
Good roads, education, protection, right? Healthcare,
Sure, we can't trust them with any of that anymore,
right?
unfortunately.
Well, this is how it's configured to begin with. So we're paying this money to the government for them to handle these things.
Mm-hmm.
Ideally, it would make sense if the government actually just set up the infrastructures and brought in the appropriate people to keep things all copacetic, preferably in a way that we can all monitor it. What they do right now is that they take our money and then they give it to insurance companies, right? Cigna, whoever, you know the names.
Yep.
And these people, I mean, this insurance company is 100%. I mean, some of them, at least up to 90%, I think so, United Healthcare, they're receiving all of this money from the government to subsidize this healthcare infrastructure situation, right? Yet, despite the fact that they have been paid for all of these services with our money, which we gave to the government, why is it that when we go actually receive some healthcare now, we have to pay deductible on top of the money that we've been paying the whole time for the government to make sure that you guys provide us these services? It is a double scam. And then we pay taxes on top of the deductible, which we have already paid for this insurance service.
Something happens to your money here, guys.
Yeah.
Your money is supposed to be your insurance for your later lives, for your later days in your life. It's supposed to be able to hold that value. But what we'll find out is that it's literally a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah.
When the time comes for a majority of Americans to retire, is when the market crashes each and every time. Something happens. And this is why we keep telling y'all, you need to start considering systems or solutions out of the current system that is currently stealing from you. Yeah. It's nothing bad. Like it's not that we hate America. It's just that we understand that certain aspects of America is broken. People are fought back. They've been killed just because of that. Even American presidents have been killed because of this.
Well, I guess technically it's I'm not really referring to America. I'm referring to all these countries that are doing the same thing, because there's some other countries that it's happening.
Canada,
say for example,
Australia.
Say for example, right? There is this one country out there in the east. I believe they're is it east?
What?
Where's Gaza?
Of course.
Okay.
Middle East.
And so their neighbor is a champion of democracy, a champion of equal rights. It is interesting though that every time we see the West on a what do they call it? On a white knight mission to go save a group of people who are not being treated equally, who are being discriminated against, their human rights have been snatched from them. Meanwhile, right there, we see that Gaza's neighbor has the freaking appetite going.
Appetite, yep.
But it's probably nothing. Listen, here's the reality of this situation. I know some people will not want to get into it. We don't want to get into Bitcoin. All they see is risk. They see fear because we've been told to use for finance. I will tell you this.
They will tell you that Hamas is using Bitcoin.
Right. Whatever the case they might say.
Oh, my goodness.
This is what I would say is the situation right now. Whatever it is that is stopping you from, looking into alternative ways to protect your value, I think that it's probably worth it to just sit down and just reconsider and really allow your mind to absorb the possibility of new, alternative options of protecting your wealth. You might see it as risk. That's fine, rightfully so, and you should. But I'll tell you this right now. All there is out here in this economy right now is risk.
Doing nothing is risk.
Having your bank account itself and not even investing that money anywhere, like you were saying, doing nothing, it's a risk. You're losing money to inflation. The banks can definitely freeze your account.
No, literally, I'm going through that right now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to transfer money to pay for a car, and I have to now go through this whole 3-day process to get my money out.
However, if it was on Bitcoin, you could have sold, not sell your Bitcoin, but, maybe do like a, you know what I mean? Like
transaction.
a transaction,
peer-to-peer.
right? I I don't want to say the lending app yet but you get what I'm saying. You can do like
The time will come for you to do that.
collateralized loan, right? The time will come for that, right?
Yeah.
But let's say in the event where you decide, you know what, I'm willing to part with this Bitcoin to get this thing here. You could have, just moved it over, sold it into fiat, and boom, they will have it. Why do we have to jump through all of these loopholes? These are not the loopholes that you jump through to put your money in the bank. You should not have to go through this.
It's easy 2 clicks and
You
they
know what I
got your money.
There is something fundamentally wrong with that. Definitely something fundamentally wrong with that. So it's worth, reconsidering. I mean, it's not really our mission to try to force you into Bitcoin. But I will say that we owe it to ourselves and to the world to put this information out there so that for anyone who is listening, if we make a difference in how you move forward financially,
Good.
then I think we have done our job.
If you're curious enough to even start thinking about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I mean that's really it, man. There is uncertainty here. There is an asset that this has the potential to protect people's value. At some point in time, you might want to relocate yourself. You'll not be able to do that if the banks
shut you down.
Yeah,
Especially
take away the resources.
Especially with the CBDCs coming out.
CBDCs have already failed, man. I don't know what these people are on about, but they should keep carrying on with that stuff. You know what I mean? Final thoughts, Double O. We'll wrap this one up here, sir.
Ensure yourself. Just take the action now. Because if in 1 quarter they're telling you that you are losing your value by 1.1%, imagine the real number that you're actually losing in the entire year.
You're definitely losing a lot more, because one thing we all agree on as a society is that these people are lying to us. So let's act like that. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, please follow us on X. We are STAKK over there. Also, like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. Okay? It really means a lot. Until next time, praise and out.